UFC Fight Night and UFC Theater Virgin Hotels. Yan versus Dvalishvili takes place this weekend, and I'm gonna go through the full card breakdown and in detail predictions, starting with the early prelim opener of. We did lose a lot of fights, and I recorded this whole card, but I deleted it by accident. So this would have been posted a bit earlier, but I was an idiot. I picked, fights got cancelled, especially Harris versus Nurmagomedov. We start with the early prelim opener of Tyson Nam versus Bruno Silva. I'm going to be going for Tyson Nam over Bruno Silva. I don't know where Bruno Silva's been. I think he just took 2 years off for absolutely no reason. I think after the Victor Rodriguez fight, he was like, I'll take 2 years off for nothing. Ding! I think that's what he said to himself after the fight. On a bit of a spree as well, being JP Bates, Victor Rodriguez, after two losses by a decision to Gear and Dvorak. But yeah, I mean, I think this guy was one of the most idiots in the UFC, and I'm gonna go for Tyson Nam, catching him on the chin and putting him out. I think Tyson Nam gets it. He beat Ode Osborne, which is a good win. You know, good win over Ode Osborne, who isn't bad in that division. Just beat Charles Johnson. He lost Matt Schnell, but I just don't trust Bruno Silva coming back as peak and beating Tyson Nam. I trust Tyson Nam here. I think he can get the job done. I think so. I think he can get the job done here. Nam's good. I think he can get it done by catching Bruno Silva. Like, if they're both going to go in the pocket with each other, I trust Tyson Nam to get it done with the activity. We move on up the card. I know Tyson Nam's old. I know he's old, but he's an underdog. He's an underdog here, so I'm taking him. We move on up the card. Tony Gravely versus Victor Henry. I'm going to be going for Victor Henry over Tony Gravely. I just think Gravely on the feet, he's not great, and he's a bit overrated in my opinion. He is good, but against Johnny Munoz Jr., who's shit and not great at all in any area. I know he's coming off a good win himself over Ludovic Shalinian, the GOAT himself, but Tony Gravely, who's he beating really? Anthony Burchak, who sucks, and Simon Oliveira, who's not good at all. You know, Geraldo de Freitas Jr. went to a split decision with him. Nate Maness beat him. Javid Bashrat beat him. Two good guys, I get it. Nate Maness isn't great, though, but Javid's good. But Victor Henry, I think, is good enough as well. Yes, he did lose to Sunsao, but he made that fight competitive, but lost it, in my opinion. But he beat Honey Barcelos pre-Umar. Honey Barcelos as well. First loss of Barcelos' career. Well, not his career, but in a while. He ruined the streak of Barcelos, I think. No. Timur Valiev did. But that should have been a draw. But he actually, beat Barcelos over the 3 rounds. So I think he'll beat Tony Gravely. We move on up the card. J.J. Aldrich versus Ariane Lipski. I'm going to be going for J.J. Aldrich over Ariane Lipski. Ariane Lipski's just not that good. Priscilla Cachoeira, she lost too easily. She beat Mandy Baum, who's complete dog shit, and if you ask me, in my opinion. Montana De La Rosa, can't say that fucking name. Montana De La Rosa beat her by ground and pound. Same with Antonina Shevchenko. I can't fucking speak this video. Same with Antonina Shevchenko. So I think Aldrich can take her down to the ground, or maybe KO her. The blueprint's been set everywhere on Lipski. She can beat girls like Mandy Baum, who's not good, and she beat Luana Carolina. I get it, but Carolina got stuck in the knee bar. Shit happens. Yeah, I think Aldrich gets that one done. I don't know. I like TKO or unanimous decision. Just knee in the thigh against the clinch. I mean, losing at Blanchfield ain't bad in hindsight. And she looked good in that fight as well. So I think she wins it. We move on up the card. Mario Bautista versus Guido Canetti. Good fight here. Solid fight. I have to pick Mario Bautista, though. Guido Canetti has been proving the odds wrong. But Mario Bautista's different, I think. Very good fighter, Mario Bautista. He beat Benito Lopez, who isn't great, but he made that look so easy. And he was destroying Benito Lopez the whole fight. And he beat Brian Kelleher as well. And Jay Perrin. He didn't finish Jay Perrin. So it shows how good Raul Rosas Jr. is in hindsight. In his debut. I think he's going to KO Kennedy in round 1. I think he'll KO Kennedy in round 1. Like, yeah, his wins over Randy Costa and Chris Martino are good, but those guys aren't really good at Mario Bautista's level at all. And you gotta remember, like, Dana Baccarel slept him in round 1. Yeah? Before the whole world went to shit. But yeah. I think he'll win. I think Mario Bautista will catch him on the chin and put him out. Because he beat Miles Johns. Losing to Trevin Jones in hindsight is shit as fuck. But I think he'll win against Kennedy. We move on up the card. Cedricus Dumas versus Josh Fremd. I'm going to be going for Cedricus Dumas here. Cedric Hayes, whatever his name is. I think he'll beat Josh Fremd. Because Josh Fremd is not good. He's 29 years old. He lost to Trajan Gore and got embarrassed that whole fight, basically. Gore was beating him up, and he eventually got like a reverse bulldog choke on Fremd, and he lost to him there. But man, why are you losing to Gore, who isn't good? And Hernandez, he kept up with him. Hernandez dominated him. So I'm gonna go for Dumas, catching him on the chin here, because he didn't show really good stand up against Gore. And Fremd is taking this on short notice as well. Cedricus was supposed to fight. Who was he supposed to fight? Abu Azaitar. Yeah, and he got good wins. Got the head kick over DeWitt Dixon. Icon FC, which was really good. So I think he gets it done. Yeah. Sorry I'm speeding up a little bit. I just want to get this shit done and over with. It's a good card here, but I'm really tired. So please bear with me. We move on up the card. Rafael Assunção versus Davy Grant. I'm going to be going for Davy Grant here over Rafael Assunção. Rafael Assunção's keeping up in his age. You know, he's 40 years old. Just beat Victor Henry. He was supposed to fight Kyler Phillips on this card, but Phillips pulled out. God, Kyler Phillips. Hey, wait a second. Kyler Phillips hasn't fought in a whole year. Fight, you inactive bitch. Whatever. That actually pissed me off there for a second. Yeah, really. Like, fight. Just keeps pulling out fights. I think that was weird there, but whatever. I think Grant chins him, man. I really do. Like, beating Henry's good, but Simone chinning you. A heavy wrestler, and Ricky Simone's chinning you. Garbrandt's not really a great win at these days anymore. I just think he'll win. I think Davy Grant will win. He beat Louis Smolka in that last one. Easily win. Had trouble, but he eventually found his shot. And he beat Adrian Yanez, in my opinion. I thought he won that fight. And Marlon Vera made that fight competitive, but lost it. But Martinez is a good Adrian win. So I think Grant will get the first round KO here in a good scrap. We move on. Up the card. Lucas Brzeski versus Carl Williams. Gonna be going for Lucas Brzeski here. Carl Williams is just not that great. He's from Virgin Islands, which is pretty cool. Good flag, but we don't really see those fighters. But it's like when you don't really see like an Indian UFC fighter, you know, or an Egyptian UFC fighter. Yeah. I think he'll win. I think he'll lose to Lucas Brzeski. He's just not really impressive. Again, he fought Icon FC 3 against Kyle Wright, who was 2-0 at the time. But Lucas Brzeski, I thought he won against Martin Buday. I thought that was a bit of a robbery there. Like, I thought he won that fight pretty convincingly over Martin Buday, if you ask me. I thought he won that fight really clear. He worked hard for that win, arguably 30-27. Yeah, I think he'll win against Carl Williams, but by unanimous decision, 30-27. Moving on the card to the main card, Vitor Petrino versus Anton Turkalj. Gonna be going for Vitor Petrino by first round KO. Can see this one going back and forth. Vitor Petrino is gonna win. This card is probably on the source. 25 years old, 7-0. It's all for him right now. He got a brutal KO over that last guy by big left hook, right around the forehead. It wasn't like it was on the chin; it was on the forehead. And he beat Gads Murad Antigavi. I bet you guys know who that is. He lost to Paul Craig. He lost to Kutalaba. He lost to everyone in that light heavyweight division at UA Warriors. But I think he'll win against Anton Turkalj, who's just not good. Alright? And he's not known for anything. He's known for getting destroyed by Jailton Almeida. Another source user there. And I think that was like a grappling version of that fight. And this is gonna be a striking version of Vitor Petrino. So I'm gonna go Vitor Petrino getting that done by first round KO. Easy work. We move on up the card. Said Nurmagomedov versus Jonathan Martinez. I'm gonna be going for Jonathan Martinez actually here. I think Martinez gets this one done over Said. I think he's gonna lose to Jonathan Martinez in an upset victory, in an upset loss. He's an underdog, Martinez. I'm taking it. Said, I get it. He beat Said Yakub Kakramanov after losing the fight comfortably, but he got the win. Guillotine down and over. Good job from Said. Good stuff. Cody Saman, easy win. Took no damage. Easy stuff for Cody Saman, who's now looking good. Good job. Mark Striegel's trash. Not going to count that one. Mark Striegel's shit and chinny. Douglas Silva Andrade, I think, is worse than Jonathan Martinez. And he gave Said problems. Sure, Said won the fight. But Said was given problems in that fight. And I think Martinez can chew up the legs early as Said misses kicks. I think Martinez will chew up the legs of Said to where Martinez in the later rounds will shoot the takedowns like Hani Barcelos did. And Said will be gassed out, tired, can't really pull that guillotine. And I think Martinez will play smart about this and get a unanimous decision victory by 29-28 decision. Said will probably win the first round, but again, his legs shoot up. I'll go Martinez there. Underdog win. Moving on up the card to Ricardo Ramos versus Austin Lingo. Pretty self-explanatory one here. Pretty no-brainer one here. I'm going to be going for Ricardo Ramos by first round TKO. Spinning elbow I'm going to go with as well. Austin Lingo, it's just council fight against Onama. A council fight against Pierce. Like, Luis Saldana fight is not impressive. And I know Luis Saldana's not bad, but Jacob Kilburn, not good, really. You know, not really good. And Yusuf Zalal he lost to as well. Just think Ramos will get a spinning elbow TKO. He's been active. Didn't fight since June, but he's fought last year at least. And he beat Danny Chavez, and he was supposed to fight Danny Henry. And I don't think Lingo is too good of, and he's a grappler, Lingo. So I think you gotta be a grappler. I know Leroy Murphy beat him, but Leroy Murphy's good. Better than Austin Lingo. So I'll go for Ricardo Ramos getting this one done. First round TKO. Moving on up the card. Nikita Krylov versus Ryan Spann. I'm going to be going for Ryan Spann, obviously, here. I was going to go for him before in the main, I think 2 weeks ago at UFC Vegas 70. But I was going to pick him. And I'm more confident now since Krylov got sick. And, of course, the main event was canceled. Now a 3-rounder. Benefits Spann. And it's now at 215 pounds. So it's at a catch weight. Spann better move up the fucking rankings if he wins. I think Spann's gonna KO him. So many advantages for him here. So many advantages. And Krylov was training for 5 rounds. Same with Spann, but this is just better for him. I bet Spann was training for a round 1 KO. Spann's gonna get him, I think. I broke this down already on way before. You can go check it out. So I'm not gonna say who wins and that. I just think Span will get the job done. Round 1 KO. Krylov gets hit too much. He got hit a lot against Ozdemir. And Span is better than Ozdemir in my opinion now. Moving on up the card to the co-main event. Alexander Volkov versus Alexander Romanov. I'm going to be going for Alexander Romanov, I think, over Volkov. I was thinking Volkov. I was actually taking Volkov and maybe thinking of picking him. Nah. He gets taken down too much. Now, call me an idiot all you want. Let it out. Call me an idiot. Let me tell you why Romanov wins. Yes, he lost to Marcin Tybura. Not a good sign at all. He lost that fight to Marcin Tybura. Altitude is a big factor. Alright? He did lose the last 2 rounds 10-9, but he won the first round 10-8, and that should have been a draw. And he dominated round 1. He probably would have dominated round 2 and 3 if it was in the fucking Apex. Let's be real. And he destroyed Chase Sherman. Vandera, Juan Espino was a weird one there, whatever. Marcos Rogerio de Lima is no joke. You know, I think he'll beat Volkov in an upset. And Volkov could front kick him to the body and that, and he'll have a good 3rd round. And I don't think Romanov will get him on the ground. He could get a sub, but I'm going to bet that he gets a close decision victory over Volkov, who's getting old. You know, they want to boost up the new guy in Romanov. Excuse that it was kind of a robbery against Tybura. And I think he beats Volkov in an upset. Volkov got destroyed by Aspinall on the ground. I know it's Aspinall, but still. Who's he beating? Rosenstruik, Tybura, you know, Overeem, Harris, Greg Hardy. I think this will be an upset victory. And I'm going to go with, Aspinall destroyed him on the ground. Blades did work as well. I'm going for Romanov. 29-28 decision win. Volkov could win, though. Not confident on this, but I think Romanov can get it. We move on to the main event. Piotr Yan versus Merab Dvalishvili. Let me say that again. Piotr Yan versus Merab Dvalishvili. The main event. I'm going to be going for Piotr Yan. I was thinking Yan at first, and I was like, you know what, maybe Merab can, do some work on him. With the clinch and that. But nah. Yan's got this in the bag, I think, personally. Merab, he's good, and he had it, even though it was boring as fuck, he did show a decent performance against Aldo. But, come on, man. I really don't see him holding Yan against the cage for 5 rounds. I just don't see it. Aldo, you gotta think about this. Aldo, I'll get individual prediction vid for this tomorrow, by the way, so I can put a more deeper breakdown for this, but Aldo was about to get a title shot against Aljamain Sterling, or whoever was champ, TJ if he won, but whoever was champion, if he beat Merab. He arguably already deserved it, but he fought Merab to keep himself active. I don't think he was taking Merab really too seriously, Aldo. I don't think he was really, and Merab, this was his big moment, he's going to push through, you know. Yan might get cut from the UFC if he loses this. So I think you gotta look at who wants it more. Aldo about to get a title shot? Is he gonna work hard for this last win to get a title shot? You know? Or Yan, who's about to get cut from the UFC if he loses. He might not get cut, but there's that fear factor he could. You know? If they're keeping Darren Till around, they better keep Piotr Yan around. You know, because Till was never a champ. Yan was a champ. I just think Yan's gonna get it done. Merab keeps himself open. And are we gonna forget the Moraes fight? We're gonna talk about Merab, the new guy coming up. Merab Dvalishvili. No. Moraes rocked him everywhere and dropped him badly on his ass. And destroyed him in round 1. If Moraes had a good if Moraes had a gas tank, he wins. Merab won that based off Moraes gassing out. I don't think you can actually give actual credit for Merab there, other than being tough. Let's be real. If you know what I mean. I think Yan gets this one done. He'll push through it this time. I think against O'Malley, like, he took O'Malley seriously, but I think he just kind of knew he was a clown. He's good in that, but I'm better than him. And I think he kind of, like, knew, had a shock against Sean O'Malley and kind of felt, oh my god, this guy's actually really good. And Yan still should have kind of won that fight. I don't think O'Malley won that. It was not a robbery. I think it was very close. But Yan should have had that decision, in my opinion. I think he barely got. I think he barely did enough to win the fight. And I think he's gonna go out there and beat Merab by TKO round 3. I think first 2 rounds, maybe Merab has a good round 1, holds Yan against the cage, does some good work, maybe gets on top of Yan, takes the back position like what Aljo did, and lands some shots. Round 2, Merab's doing good, but Yan lands a big shot. Yan does good stuff. He's rocking Merab a little bit. Merab's on him back, though. Competitive round 2. Yan wins it off a big moment. Round 3. I think Yan's going to land some shots early. Merab. And then when they break the clinch, Merab tries shooting the clinch. He gets the clinch. And when they break off the clinch, Yan's going to land a stiff elbow. Put Merab down badly. And finish off Merab. And Merab's a bitch. Yan should know that as well. And this is the time where Yan's going to be a fucking killer. Saving his career, and Merab, he's a bitch. And these guys actually have beef as well because of Sterling and Yan, and backstage, Yan and Merab tripping and chatting. Yan's going to get it done, I think. I don't think Merab's that good. Let's be real. Don't think he's that good. He's not going to out-grapple Yan. Sterling couldn't really as well. Sterling just has that back take moment, though. Merab doesn't have that shit. And I get Sterling trains with Merab, but I'm taking Yan. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Full card breakdown and in detailed predictions. Hope you enjoyed. And yeah. Peace. And also, before I go, Yan could out-grapple Merab. Take him down and shock him a little bit. Yan can grapple. I prefer more of a Yan. I would be more confident in Yan out-grappling Merab than Merab catching Yan on the chin. Just saying. Like and subscribe. Peace out.